Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Somi here again, and if this is your first time watching my video, please subscribe down below. If you're an OG, thank you for always coming back. But if you're an OG that hasn't clicked on the subscribe button because you don't know, it's okay. Just subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I'm really grateful for that. If you haven't watched the birthday vlog, you can go watch it up here. It was really fun. Okay, let's move on to today's video. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can work 20 hours legally in Canada as an international student. So if that's something you would like to know, then keep on watching. Okay, so we all know the hustle is real. I know that the hustle is real. It's not an easy navigation. You know, you come into a new country that's probably, Canada is an expensive country. So I understand why people would not like the 20 hours and want to work more, you know, earn more money and be able to sort out their bills. I understand that. But I also understand why the government set this rule, because girl, it is not easy navigating the education system here in Canada, especially for a new immigrant. Like, combining work and school can be really difficult. So I understand why the government set this rule. In fact, the rule makes sense because 20 hours combined with full-time studying is already hectic. So imagine working up to 30-40 hours a week. That would put a huge strain in your studies, right? Your studies would most likely suffer because you won't be paying as much attention to it because you want to work and get more money. So I understand the rule, but I still feel like 20 hours is small. If they can just increase it, you know, let them just increase it small to make everybody happy. That would be nice. I say that to say, if you really do not need to work more than 20 hours, don't do it. You know, if everything is funded, your tuition is funded, your utilities are funded, your rent is funded, if everything is funded from back home, you really do not need to work more than 20 hours. Fine, work. No matter how rich your parents are, you still need to work just because the country is expensive, and at some point you want to just be earning some money for yourself, right? But understand that there's some wealth, especially that Anambra money. You know, Anambra money is money. Especially Navy money is money. So I understand that some wealth you don't even need to work at all in your entire life. But yeah, if you really don't need to, don't work more than 20 hours, okay? Because school is hectic. Every week there's always something to do. There are always some things to do. There's assignment, quizzes, you might have some projects to complete. So stick to 20 hours if you don't have to work more than 20 hours. But if you're on the hustle spectrum where like you need to actually fund a lot of things yourself, then this video will tell you the legal ways you can work more than 20 hours. Legal, okay? Because we ain't about to be pushed out of this country for doing illegal things, okay? So these are legal ways you can work more than 20 hours. So the following tips would help you. So keep on watching. Okay guys, so the very first way to work legally more than 20 hours in Canada is by working on campus. And let me tell you guys something. I knew a lot of things before coming to Canada. Like, I did my research, I asked questions, I knew so many things, but I didn't know this one thing. Like, I'm still stunned. I literally just found out a couple weeks ago about working on campus more than 20 hours. I didn't know that you could do that. But yeah, you can work on your school campus. Any building located on your school campus, you can work there more than 20 hours. Who knew? I always thought that, okay, 20 hours is for both on and off campus, but that's not the case. If you're working off your campus, it's 20 hours. If you're working on campus, you can work more than 20 hours. I'm going to read something that I got from the CIC website. I'll probably put the link down below so you can go do your research, because it's important for you to do your own research. If you don't want, you don't have to believe everything that I say in this video. just do your own research, and when you go to the CIC website, almost every question you have is answered on there. Okay, so I will link the link down below in my description box, so check it out for yourself. But I'll read what I found there. Okay, so working on campus, this means you can work at all the buildings on your school campus. So you can work for your school, okay, you can work for a faculty member, you can work for a student organization, or even yourself if you run a business that is physically located on campus. For example, a coffee shop. Okay, so we would hit more on the business aspect later on, but yeah, work on campus. Like, if I had known this, I'd have probably gotten a job on my school campus. We have Tim Hortons, we have Starbucks, we have some Indian cafes, we have some Japanese sushi places, literally all these places on campus. We have Subway, and you can work in those places. Like, most of the people that work there are students, right? Although these jobs would pay minimum wage, but I'm okay with getting minimum wage if I can work more than 20 hours. You guys know I'm not a fan of minimum wage jobs, but if you can get more hours, then it makes sense to an extent for me, right? But obviously, I think if you work for a faculty member, if you work for your school, maybe you're like a teaching assistant, or a research assistant or something, or you're in the admin department of your school, I'm sure they'll probably pay you more than minimum wage. I know my school, if you work with my school, they pay well. But for the other, like Tim Hortons, Starbucks places, you probably get minimum wage. But anyways, that's good news. Okay, so find a place, find a building. As long as it's located on your campus, you can work there. Even if it's the computer lab, even if even if it's the printing shop of your school, as long as it is physically located on your school campus, then yeah, absolutely, you can work more than 20 hours. That's interesting news for me. Okay, I might go submit my CV right now. Anyways, so the second way you can work more than 20 hours legally in Canada is working during your scheduled holidays and breaks. Okay, so if you're in Canada right now, or if you understand the Canadian system, this past week was called Reading Week. So Reading Week is a scheduled break, which means you can work more than 20 hours that week. That week there's no school. Like, it's standard every year in February, between the 21st and 25th or 26th, you don't go to school. So that week is, you can legally work more than 20 hours. And also, I've spoken about this several times. I'll link some videos up here where you can work more than 20 hours during the summer. But I know that different schools, different programs, it all depends on your program and your school. Most times, if you're doing a 1-year course, this is really hard to do, because 1-year courses, they combine and like sandwich everything together, so you don't get that 4-month summer break. But I'm doing a 2-year program, so I get to have that summer break, that 4-month summer break, which means I can work full-time for 4 months. But understand that not all schools and programs can get that, so apologies to those guys. But yeah, if you're doing a 2, 3, 4-year course, you can definitely have summer breaks in between, and you can work full-time there. Okay, so that's the second way you can work legally more than 20 hours. Okay, so the third way you can work legally in Canada is by doing a co-op. To be honest, this is really bad because I don't even know the full meaning of co-op. I just call it co-op, and everyone understands when I say co-op. But let me see if I can find the full meaning of co-op. I should have checked that out, I'm sorry. Alright guys, so the full meaning of co-op is cooperative education. Alright, so this, in short, it just means internship, but I'm seeing on Google that there's a difference between co-op and internship, but you understand the vibe, right? So co-op is something that you do if your study requires you to do a practicum. Maybe it requires you to do a work term to graduate, but sometimes it's optional, sometimes it's compulsory. So for example, for my degree, I'm actually thinking of doing a co-op. I will most likely do a co-op. So with co-op, you apply for a co-op work permit. This is when you're already in Canada, you're already studying. Then before your co-op work term begins, you apply for a co-op work permit. That's what they call a co-op work permit. And then you can get a job as a co-op student and stuff like that. You can work more than 20 hours when you're on that work permit. So hopefully if I do the co-op, I'll probably tell you guys more about it in the future. But yeah, you can work more than 20 hours if you have a co-op work permit. As a student, you can apply, you get the co-op work permit and work. But that's if your program requires it. Not all programs can do it. I know that in my school, for example, those studying MBA, they don't do co-op. I don't know why, that doesn't even make sense. But yeah, for my own degree, I can do co-op. So just apply for the co-op work permit. Like I said, find out if your course requires co-op or if it's an option for you. If it's that, it's great. Not just, and I like co-op not just because you can work 20 hours. It's not about working more than 20 hours. It's about the work experience that you gain, because you do it before you graduate and then you get your leg into the workforce and you're able to, you know, get some experience, some Canadian experience, because a lot of issues with people after graduation is, oh, I don't have Canadian work experience, so finding a job might be hard. But then with co-op, you can get some work experience in your field, because you know that when we're doing part-time jobs as students here, we just do random jobs. If you're working at Tim Hortons, Starbucks, that's not your field, right? But when you do co-op, you're able to gain some work experience in your field, so that once you graduate, you have that on your resume, like, yo, I worked for 4 months. You can do 4 months, you can do 8 months, you can even do up to 12 months depending on your program. Okay, so talk to your school, find out about co-op, find out about internships, and see if it's possible for you. If it's possible, I highly recommend it, because as an immigrant, it's difficult sometimes, like from what I hear, getting professional jobs. So once you have this on your resume, it gives you a boost to get a good job after graduation. So I know I feel like I rambled a little bit on that one, but yeah, get a co-op work permit and you can work more than 20 hours. Okay guys, so the fourth way to work more than 20 hours legally in Canada is by doing an online or remote job. But hold on, it's not a remote job with a company that's based in Canada. If the company is based in Canada, it's still considered working off campus, so you still have to do 20 hours because it's a Canadian company, it's tied to Canada. Obviously your social insurance number is tied to the company because it's all in Canada. So the remote job I'm talking about here is a job that the company is based outside of Canada. So for example, I actually did this. If you're my OG, if you watch my quarantine videos, you know that I used to do an online job when I first came to Canada. I used to do that because back in Nigeria, I was teaching English online in Nigeria, and obviously it's online, so I can do it in any country. I started teaching English when I was in my university, when I was my undergrad, so I continued in Nigeria. When I came here, I continued as well in just like my first 2 weeks. I didn't do it for long, to be honest, in Canada, because the income, I would say, like, wasn't sufficient enough for the Canadian system, because obviously Canada is more expensive than Nigeria. Okay, so the income I made in Nigeria from the job was good, but the income here is like small, so I needed a Canadian job. So anyways, basically if you get a job that's online, it's not a Canadian company, like no one knows, the government doesn't know that you're doing it. I'm not trying to say run from the government or anything, I'm just saying that it's not tied to Canada in any way, so you can absolutely do that. It's an online job. For example, teaching, right? If you're teaching for an Asian company, because the company I worked for was an Asian company, so it has no business with Canada. You're just doing the job for them online via Skype or via Zoom or whatever, and you're getting your money paid into your international account or whatever. So that is one way you can work more than 20 hours. So for example, if you have a job at, say, Starbucks, and you're working 20 hours, and you have an online job, For example, teaching. What other online job is there? I'm sure there's so many. There's like transcribing, reading, writing, all these freelancer jobs on all these websites that you can do that's online, as long as it's not tied to Canada per se, like it's outside of Canada, then yeah, it has nothing to do with the government here, okay, because it's outside of their jurisdiction per se. So you don't have to report that you're working more than 20 hours, okay? So do a remote job, do an online job, and you can work as many hours as you wish. Okay, so we have come to the final way you can work more than 20 hours legally in Canada. I'm emphasizing legally because I don't want this video to be misconstrued in any way, okay? These are all legal ways that you can work more than 20 hours in Canada, okay? I'm saying it out loud so that even if an immigration officer watches this video, they're not saying that I'm encouraging bad things. I'm not encouraging anything bad. These are all legal ways, okay? So the 5th legal way you can work in Canada more than 20 hours is by running a side hustle. It's as simple as that, okay? So remember the very first one I said, which was working on campus. If you have a business that's on campus, that's located physically on your campus, you can work more than 20 hours. So if you want to run a coffee shop, a little African restaurant on campus, yeah, you can work more than 20 hours when you're doing that. But even outside of that, if for example I know how to make hair, I'm braiding people's hair, no one is counting hours when I'm braiding hair, okay? So there's no way that that's being calculated in any way because I'm just braiding hair and getting my money. But the thing with this one is at some point you would have to consider registering your business. I don't know about that. I'm not a business owner. I don't plan on owning a business as of now, so I do not know the process, okay? But like I said, at some point as a business owner you have to deal with filing your business and paying taxes as a business, okay? But this is just one way you can work more than 20 hours. You can braid 5 people's hair, barb 5 people's hair in a day, in a week. The hours are not being counted, so it's a good way to earn that side money. I always say for people who want to do this, a good way to do it is get a job, whether it's on or off campus. If you're working 20 hours there, then in your spare time do your side hustle. Braid hair. I'm saying braid hair because like that's the only thing that comes to mind right now, but yeah, braid hair, cook, bake, whatever it is on the side, because that's not being counted in any way, okay? So that's a great way to make some extra income. So those are the 5 ways I know that you can work more than 20 hours legally in Canada. If you know any other way, please share with me. If there's anything that you feel like I should subtract in this video, share your opinion, okay? I'm sharing both facts and opinion on here, so feel free to share yours as well in the comment section down below, and I'll be there and I'm gonna reply, okay? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know what videos you would like me to film, and I will do my best to film them if I'm knowledgeable about them, okay? So I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful week.